Assalamualaikum and a very good day to Miss Tini. How is your day today?
Waalaikumsalam. Alhamdulillah, I'm very well, thank you.
Good to hear that, ma'am. So before we begin the interview, let us introduce ourselves. We are students from KUBTM, as well known as College University Polytech Mara, and all of us here are TESOL students. Firstly, my name is Nurin Irdina binti NIZAM.
My name is ALIA NATHASYA binti Sadib.
And my name is MIRZA KAMILIA binti Muhammad LATIF.
Me, Nurin UMAIRAH binti Muhammad NORHISHAM.
And my name is RISZWAN bin Rizal. No.
So, how are you, Mrs. Kartini? Feeling good?
Yes, I'm very well.
Glad to hear that, ma'am. So we are also feeling good today, and in fact, we are so excited to be with you today. Before that, we would like to say thank you very much for spending your precious time with us. We really appreciate it despite the fact that you are super busy with your work, but still you are willing to be with us in the interview session. And as we all know, you are such a fantastic manager that we truly admire. And of course, we wish to get to know you better. So for today's agenda, we would like to ask some questions which are related to you. But before that, we would like to welcome Mrs. Kartini to give a speech before we start our session.
Okay. Good evening and assalamualaikum to all of you. Nice meeting all of you. And I didn't expect to give any speech, but anyway, I would say that it is actually my great pleasure to be interviewed by a group of intellectuals. I'll do my best to accommodate to your questions and hope it will somehow help you in the future should you decide to venture the same line or even the same role.
Okay, thank you for that. Okay, let's begin with our question. First and foremost, can you briefly tell us the background of the company that you're working in?
Okay, I am now working in ABIM Consulting Malaysia Syndrome Berhad. I've been with the company for 11 years now. The company is actually the SAP Consulting. If any one of you know about SAP, even though we are SAP Consulting company, but we are also doing the implementation of the SAP itself, and of course consulting along with the implementation. Besides that, the company is also doing the general IT support for our clients. We offer this the what we call the first level IT help desk support to both internal and external clients. The company or ABIM Consulting particularly is actually headquarters in Japan. And yeah, we are definitely a multinational company, MNC company. Our current headcount in overall, I would say about 7 to 10,000 employees. When I say overall, it means that across the globe. And it has been, ABIM has started in Malaysia in 2011. So I think that will be all that I can share about the company.
Wow, that is such an astonishing company right there. And now that we already know a bit about your company background, we also know that you are a hard worker with a successful career. We also know that you are a wife and mother of 4 children. And we believe that they are the source of your determination to achieve this level, which we all know is difficult. So we are quite interested to know more about your background. Mrs. Kartini. So perhaps can you tell us about your family and educational background, as well as your hobby and activities that you like to during your free time?
Okay, my full name is Nik Kartini binti Nik Abdul Wahab. I'm supposed to be 49 this year, but not yet. Okay, and I was born in Kota Baru, Kelantan. I'm pure Kelantanese. I'm married, as you know, and I have 4 kids, 2 daughters and 2 sons, all grown ups. And I also have 2 grandsons now. Okay. Talking about my own family, which means that my siblings, we are seven of us. I'm the youngest in the family, all girls. And coming to educational background, I studied in Mara Junior Science College, Kuala Terengganu. During my secondary school, then I don't really pursue that high after that, but I do possess professional certificates, which are Project Management Principal Foundation and practitioner for ITIL V3 version 3. As for hobby, yeah, definitely I am a very homely type person. I like to spend time with my family a lot. Even if we go for travel or holidays, then yes, it was always with my family. I love to swim, and on day-to-day basis, I enjoy watching K-drama since we are working from home right now. And if you want to know, yeah, the so far the best drama that I watch is Descendants of the Sun. That's my favorite so far. And I'm still looking for another favorite to keep into my list.
Okay, wow, we never thought that a successful person like you also enjoyed watching K-drama. And based on your answers, we can tell that you have such a beautiful family, and we pray that your family will always be happy and safe. And okay, back to our main interview purpose. We would like to know what kind of leadership style you adopted in your department.
Okay. I used to, I believe into leadership styles which are democratic, and I don't know whether I'm going to pronounce it correct or not because I pick up it from the French word, which is what, laissez-faire, you call it. It's more like I believe in what my team is doing. I always listen to them and let them do what they, how and what they want to do, as long as the result is what I expected for. Coming back to the style that I practice to them, reason being is because I believe everyone has their own right to speak up, and everybody also have their own ideas and talent that you might not be able to get it if you do not let them. Okay, so trust is another thing. In order for us to, in order for me, particularly in this case, to success in implementing these two leadership type to my team right now. I think that would be my answer to your question. I hope it answered.
Thank you, ma'am, for the great answer. I can see that you use two leadership style, which I find it very interesting. So, as a manager of the company, you must have faced a lot of challenges in study, career, and even personal life to get where you are right now. So, would you like to share your stories regarding those challenges with us?
Okay. I don't really have much challenges during primary. Okay, we go back all the way. Okay, but I don't really have much challenging during primary. But during secondary, yes, it'll be a little bit challenging because my attention and direction a bit stray when I started to concentrate more on sports instead of education. Okay, so that was when I would say that my result little bit I flopped my some of my semester exam because like you know I mentioned earlier I was in Mara Junior Science College, and for Mara Junior Science College those days it was not like now, which they practice. It's more like pre-university style of education. I would say that I kind of doing very bad on couple of semesters because of, like I mentioned, my attention was distracted over the education. So it was very challenging for me to bring myself back to the right track on my education. And besides that, I don't really have any other factor that challenge my education time during my secondary, because if talking about financial, I'm the youngest in the family. So basically I have all my sisters and even my parents that time to support me. So I wouldn't say that is one of my challenge. Yeah, the biggest and the only challenge that I can think of, and I feel that is very, very challenging, was during the time that my attention was distracted for my education. So that was for my education time. Then talking about my professional certificate, I don't really have any challenges, because those certification that I took was during my working life. So those certification also is all related to what I was doing at that time, and in fact now also. So yeah, that was, I can say that it went smooth. Okay. Career wise, you asked me about career challenge as well, right? Okay. For career wise, I started very early to work, and for my first few career, it wasn't so. I would say that it wasn't so bad. It went smooth, and but there is one time that I lost my job. That was during my first job. I would say it's not that I lost the first one. Is not that I lost my job, but I decided to quit my job because I want to settle down and have family. But that was the time that I am as good as jobless, and I picked up. I got another. I picked up to a new career, which is my current career. I went smooth on my first engagement with the organization, but I decided to leave and join another company for better offer. Unfortunately, it didn't go as how I expected. The company didn't do very well. They closed down, and all of the employee was actually just I would say that self-terminated, and yeah, I was down for a couple of months without job until I get hired with this current company. Okay, along the line, yes, I do have one business that I manage or I built together with my husband. It also went smooth for a couple of years until one incident happened, and it actually affected our business until we have to close down. I wouldn't say that we went to the level of bankruptcy, but yeah, we have to close down our business and we have to start over again. So along the line, I think it's about three times, as I remember clearly, that I had a downtime during my career life. And during my age now, I hope it won't happen again. So I will be very, very careful with what I'm doing right now. So yeah, that would be all from me.
No wonder you're a very successful person after all of that challenges and experience that you've gone through. Now that we know a little bit of your base experience and challenges that you've gone through, Miss Tini, we are eager to know, how do you successfully adopt interpersonal and communication skills in managing your company?
Okay, talking about interpersonal skill. Okay, sometimes people may take it for granted. It might seem like it's nothing, but with a good interpersonal skill, you can improve many aspects of your life that which lead to better understanding relationships among workers. In my organization currently, I found there are a few types of interpersonal skills that naturally adopted, which are assertives, team working, and verbal communication. We communicate better when all of us apply effective speaking, personal appearance, and active listening skills, especially when we want to make decisions and solve problems. All of this. Another thing is, it would be more effective if we have face-to-face communication or interaction. That will help a lot. Okay, so yeah, that is to answer to your curiosity. Anything
For
else?
on your explanation about how you handle your department, we believe that you have your own perspective on management and how you manage your team. Can you share with us a little bit about it?
Okay. I mean, from my point of view, I believe management in business context is important. However, employees are equally important to ensure the business success. Both management and employee must work hand in hand. Management should never take employees' challenges and difficulties lightly. And to answer your question on how do I manage my team, I always do my best to listen and comprehend their problem or situation. I will make effort to assist the employee as needed. That includes to upskill them if needed to. And in current organization, we actually have a regular review, say, the company itself providing like half yearly, what we call employee performance review. That is definitely one of the discussion session that I use to understand and to understand my team members, and also to build a better a rapport between me and the team members.
Okay, so based on your explanation regarding your point of view of management, we can conclude that management plays a vital role in business. Now, Mrs. Kartini, as a successful manager, we want to know how you manage your time between personal and working life, as well as your own self-management despite your hectic schedule.
From the beginning of time that I work in office line, because previously I wasn't working in the office line, but ever since I started working in office line, I always make sure that I do not overwork myself. In terms of timing, this not only apply to myself, I also apply the same to my team members, which if wherever I engage to at that point of time, if they requires me to work 9 hours or 8 hours, that is all what I'm going to give. The rest of the time I'll use to basically take care of myself, and is more like me time. Then that is the also the time I would say that I re-energizing myself. Okay, so but now in this current situation that I work from home, is very very tough for me to apply that, because when you work at home, then you have a lot of other things to do at the same time. But whatever it is, I will make sure, even if I have to drag my working hours more than the time I say that I am supposed to finish at 5, but I am still required to work at 7, 8 p.m. That means that I will take up some of my time that whatever that I'm supposed to do during the later of the day, I'll be doing in the earlier of the day. Because whatever it is, I'll always make sure that I have my own time to rest and re-energize myself. Is that meet that does that meets to your answer or your question? Sorry.
Okay, so based on your answers, we believe that to keep things organized, you need to know how to not jumble up your personal and working life. So very well then, we believe that we have all the information we require, but one last question. Can you tell us about your plans for your career and your personal life?
Okay, plan in my career personally. I am like not very far from retirement time, but at least before I reach my retirement phase, I would try to do my best in current organization to achieve the highest level that I possibly can achieve within the same organization. And for the plans of my team, I am working very hard right now to make my team known to other organization within the same line, because like I mentioned earlier, that my team is actually providing the IT support, IT first level support. So currently I'm working at, and we already have like 5 clients, global clients that we are supporting. So my plan is getting more clients from more continents to engage us, to have the contract with us and to support them, and make the word spread, how capable my team is in doing what we are doing. So yeah, that is 2 plans that I have for myself and of course to my team also. Anything else that you would like to know?
Thank you, ma'am, for your answer. I think it's enough. And we wish that all your plans for your future will come true, inshallah. And once again, Mrs. Kartini, thank you so, so much for cooperating during this interview session. I know that you're super, super busy. And we really, really, really hope that to meet you again in the future.
Thank you very much, actually, to all of you. And I am so sorry that I have to rush because I just got the meeting invite this morning from my client. So, yes, I'm sorry to delay. And yeah, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. And I wish all of you success.
Thank you, ma'am. Goodbye. I
Thank
think
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.